Yo, what up, y'all? It's your boy Rob coming back at you once again with another live stream. So before we get started, you already know what to do. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit the bell icon twice. Smash the like button, share this video out to all of your followers, and let's get it cracking. All right, so shout out to everybody who is in the building. It is good to see each and every one of you guys. If you guys can hear me okay, please give me a thumbs up or radiation emoji in the chat. If you guys cannot hear me, please give me a thumbs down or an angry face, and I'm going to shout out everybody who is in the building early. We got Vovo2 Love. Shout out to you. We got Patricia Slade in the house. We got Shamika Gray. We got my man AB Promotions. We got Miss Nisi. Shout out to Iron Will. What's good with it, bro? We got my man Jesse Parrish. Shout out to you, bro. We got Andretti Too Cold. What's good with it, bro? Make sure you guys show my man AB Promotions some love with the double ducats. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Throw some flames in the chat for him with the $1.99 super chat. And also shout out to Kid Gravity for his stream that he did about this situation. You know what I'm saying? He said Kid Gravity said her name should be Poland Spring. Shout out to my man Carlton Way. And that's big facts. We exposed her a long time ago, and we exposed her without using YouTube talking points. And that's the reason why the exposure that we did over here is very different than a lot of the other exposures that you may have seen, because we exposed every single angle of this nonsense, from the parking lot video to the medical aspect. And then we asked questions about why YouTubers like Sabby Sabs didn't notice the very basic things that we saw in the video when we talked about it. So shout out to my man Carlton Way. If anybody is interested in checking out the replay of that video, it will be placed into the video on one of the in-video cards that you will see come across the screen if you're watching on the replay. So please make sure after you guys watch this, once that card is available, if you check out the replay, make sure you comment on this video and on the replay. And also, in addition to this video, make sure that you guys watch it all the way through to the end, because it'll take you into the next scheduled live stream for tomorrow, which is going to be on the Magatron channel. All right. Shout out to my man DeAndre. Shout out to Deneen Soul. What's good with it, Deneen? We got, let me see who else we got up in here. We got Black Spider. Shout out to Black Spider. My man Deformed Pretty Boy. What's good with it, bro? We got Ron Tolbert in the house. Shout out to my man SD Johnson. Shout out to Torian. What's good with it, bro? Who else we got up in here? We got Breeze Omega. Shout out to you. Let me see. Yeah, that's it. AB Promotion said, was Sabby riding for her? Oh, and just why? I don't understand why somebody would do something like that. I don't understand why somebody would do something like what she did. This is the second time that's been exposed in the mainstream media where an individual such as her, you know what I'm saying, decided to fabricate a story, and then it got exposed by the mainstream media. And then instead of being held accountable for it, you still got people coming at the people who were exposing this from day one, but nobody's trying to come at Houston 26. You know what I'm saying? I don't see people making a whole bunch of streams talking about Houston 26 as being misogynist, or KPRC as being misogynist, and all of that crazy nonsense. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The medical evidence was there. We had to ask the question how that lady didn't have a concussion, how she wasn't bleeding. You know what I'm saying? How she didn't have to get a CT scan of her brain. You know what I'm saying? The hospital visit. We asked these questions about all of this stuff. How was there no discoloration in the skin? You hear all of this nonsense about, oh, she's a dark-skinned black woman. Listen, man, it don't matter if you're dark-skinned or not. When you get hit with an impact blow, it's going to cause swelling and it's going to cause skin discoloration as a result of your red blood cells breaking and a pigment coming out called bilirubin that causes yellow bruising at the area, and then it also causes purple bruising at the area from the broken blood vessels. Usually you see the yellow, you know what I'm saying, a day after, but maybe about 15 minutes to a half hour after the initial impact, you will start to see the purple. You will see the swelling. And again, if you got hit with a brick to the extent that your head was swelling like that, you probably suffering from a hematoma. There's no evidence of a hematoma. She was able to see. She wasn't complaining of any type of headache. None of that. None of that. And we asked all of those questions. We didn't come with the black men this. We didn't come with the black women that. We came with the facts. We came with asking the questions. And that's the reason why the video that we did about this sticks. That's the reason why the video that we did about this sticks. You know what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is, since all of a sudden now it's legitimate because the mainstream media is talking about it, and the mainstream media didn't cite anybody. None of us who exposed any of this at the beginning, the mainstream media didn't give us any credit. But on YouTube, we're required to talk about fair use. But the mainstream media gets to use unfair use of our content and our talking points and our reason for exposing this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Breeze Omega. Breeze Omega said he called her Starscream. She had that brick upside her head and she was like, Megatron, Megatron. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. So let's check this out right here. We got this video right here from KPRC, all right? And it says, Houston prosecutor says this is not the first time the viral brick lady has made false claims. Not the first time. Not the first time. You know what I'm saying? Which means that this is a pattern of behavior. There was people that had exposed that she had a GoFundMe account for something similar to this and pictures up of this before. And I believe that it had been exposed a while back that this happened as a result of some type of dermatitis that she has or some type of allergic reaction that she had. But every time your face start looking like that episode of Martin and you come on YouTube or you come on some social media platform asking for some money, when you have a pattern of that, if you're not keeping up with your own lie, at some point it's going to be exposed. It's going to be exposed. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened. And even still, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the gender war content creators, they can't even expose the facts that they're so stupid that they couldn't even pick apart the medical information. They had to use stereotypical white supremacist talking points to drag black men and to drag black women instead of looking at the facts and looking at the data points and asking inquisitive questions, which should also tell you something about most of your YouTube content creators. Most of these cats out here shouldn't be YouTubing. Shout out to my man Prodigy from Mobb Deep. Rest in peace. You know how Prodigy said cats like Joe Buttons just don't need to be rapping? A lot of these cats out here just don't need to be YouTubing. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out.
The woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman.
Not only did it get national attention, it gave national people the nonsensical talking point to just go out on a limb and drag black men. Because this lady was in the video talking about black men. She was using YouTube content talking points. YouTubers enabled her with these talking points. My question is, what is the accountability and what is the repercussions for the gender war YouTubers that created these talking points that allowed her to carry a national narrative for months? Where's the accountability for them? They need to be on the same chopping block that she's on. Because without research, the mainstream media echoed the YouTube talking points that have been enabled by YouTube to be talked about talked about in terms of black men and black women for years. YouTube perpetuated gender war content to the mainstream, you know what I'm saying, to allow not just black people, but other groups of people here in the United States to carry stereotypical narratives about particular groups of black people and then not even do any type of legitimate investigation. Now everybody out here looking stupid, except for us. Everybody's out here looking stupid, except for us. You know what I'm saying? And that's because, like I try to tell people, watch out about what you take in and apply from YouTube in your real life, because like homegirl here, YouTube talking points that have you putting up bricks.
Woman at the center of a viral video who claimed a man threw a brick at her head because she would not give him her phone number is now wanted by Houston police. This story got national attention after that woman live streamed what she claimed was the aftermath on Instagram and started a GoFundMe. Only KPRC2's Bryce Newberry is talking with the prosecutor on this case tonight. He joins us live near the Galleria with the latest. Bryce.
Man, now listen, man. One thing that I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of hearing random YouTubers say that people who are FBA is something divisive. It's not. It is a lineage-based identifier, not only that unifies Black Americans as a particular common lineage, you know what I'm saying, but it is also one of the keys that's very important to being able to solidify and lay out a case for North American slavery reparations. You know what I'm saying? The purpose of FBA is not to attack anybody else. The problem is that we get attacked all the time. Now, my question is, all them people that attack us all the time simply because we're FBA, Foundational Black American, how come nobody is calling this individual out? Because I'm going to tell you something about FBA. It's a lot of people that are FBA, a lot of people that have one parent that's an FBA, that lean heavily toward the FBA culture, you know what I'm saying? That when they do YouTube videos, they call out other people who are FBA. When people are cooning, when people do stupid stuff, when people are making people bad, man, they get roasted out here. Shout out to my man Greets. What's good with it? But now, you know what you don't see? You didn't see really very many people from the diaspora calling this lady out. Because one of the things that people say is about the tendencies for scamming. This is a scam. Anytime anybody makes any type of action that solidifies or somehow validates negative stereotypes about you, whatever group you identify with, a lot of people got intersectionality and they part of a lot of different communities. You need to call that stuff out. That's one of the reasons why we call out coons. But it's a lot of people, that's the very people that sit there and say, oh, well, if you consider yourself FBA, first of all, it's divisive. And second of all, you know what I'm saying? You're being divisive. No, we're not being divisive at all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's trying to quote unquote escape their blackness because they're FBA. In the United States, there is no ethnicity that qualifies freemen. The initiation of freemen was, I guess, the United States government's attempt to give us some type of delineation, right? And there's nothing wrong with delineation. There's nothing wrong with it. Literally, the entire continent of Africa is delineated. It used to be delineated by tribes, and then, you know, there was this transatlantic slave trade and all of that, and colonization, and now it's delineated somewhat still by tribes, but by artificial borders that was created by European colonizers. So there's multiple ways that it's delineated. Nobody tries to strip any of them of their culture. Nobody ever says, stop acting like a Nigerian. Nobody ever says, stop acting like a Somalian. Nobody ever says, oh, you're from Sierra Leone, you're being divisive. There has to be some type of delineation for us that qualifies us as a ethnicity, because especially with the way that the tricky laws are written in the United States, it's difficult to identify things simply under race. And then you got people who are scammers. You got the $5 folks that are trying to hop in and undo things. It is not to break up any type of unity. The entire continent of Africa is broken into about as many countries as the United States has states. And most people do not consider that divisive. How come the very people that consider FBA divisive don't unify Africa into a giant super continent / country? Because if you have a landmass that's the size of Africa and all of those little places are broken up, that's breaking up the power. Nobody says that that's divisive, even though we know that that was what that was. It was divide and conquer, but we still don't really trip about those people having their identities, because they have their identity. What the hell is the problem, and how is it divisive for us to have our identity? The simple fact that the United States purposefully never really recognized or enforced the identity for us is one of the reasons that causes a lot of the issues that we have here. What do people not understand about that? Where is the disconnect? These are very, very, very simple concepts. Why do I bring that up? I bring that up again because this is where the YouTube talking points get people destroyed. There's so many people that brought the gender war issue into this. So many people that brought, you know what I'm saying, the, FBA versus non-FBA into this. And at the end of the day, if people had to just hit this with the facts, this would have been settled a long time ago. Now the mainstream media is going to run this story into the mud, and they're going to get mad money off of it. The mainstream media going to make more ducats off of this story than the content creators who did all of the legwork for the mainstream media. The content creators on YouTube and TikTok did all the work that the mainstream media put together and put into a nice little package to redistribute and make more money off of it than we did with our investigative work that we did. And do you think that the mainstream media is going to say, oh, fair use, fair use? We got this from XYZ YouTuber. We got this from XYZ TikToker. We got this from XYZ person. No, they're not going to do that. But we'll turn around and strike one of our channels for playing this right here. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Daniela, Houston police got called to this street in September, and when they arrived, the woman seen in that viral video told them that an Uber driver threw a brick at her head and then tried to kidnap her. But tonight, she has become the focus of this criminal investigation because Houston police say the surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Didn't I ask about the cameras? Now, I don't care what the Houston police says, because back months ago when I talked about this, I said, look, if you watch, and we pointed out on the screen where we saw all the cameras. I was like, there's no CCTV camera footage. I said, how is she so coherent? She's spinning around with the phone after getting hit like that. Have y'all ever got busted upside your head? If you ever got busted upside your head, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't, give me a thumbs down. Have you ever sat up too fast and misjudged the distance and hit your head on something when you got up? Sometimes a little impact to your head, depending on where you get hit, it kind of throws your balance off. So you mean to tell me you spinning around like a ballerina? You spinning around like a damn ballerina with the cell phone, taking a picture, screaming? If you're screaming after a situation like that, you're going to be in a lot of pain. She did not look like she was in pain at all in that video, and we questioned that. Also, the way that she got hit, the swelling, if that was swelling related to an impact blow, she would have had a really hard time moving her mouth. But the way that she was screaming during that video, she looked like Trap Jaw from Eternia on He-Man. Y'all remember Trap Jaw? Skeletor's right-hand man? She had her mouth open like Trap Jaw.
Surveillance footage captured by cameras on this street doesn't match her story.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just what?
This video.
All these black men just what? YouTube talking points. And then the Shade Room picked it up. Now, remember, we looked at this, right? We like, where the impact blow at? Where's all the blood at? Let me tell you guys something. This right here, the way that this swelling is, this looks like it would be like an intracranial aneurysm. If she had just got hit and she was bleeding like this and it caused this much swelling from her face looking like what it looked like inside this circle to right here, she would have bled out and had a brain bleed. That looked like she would have. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the anatomy of your head, but that looked like she might have had a aneurysm inside the circle of Willis or something like that. She would have stopped, like where her eye is, that swelling would have been pressing on her optical nerves, and she wouldn't even been, for one, she would have been off balance, and for two, she might not have been able to see out of her right eye. Or it probably, the vision would have been distorted. It probably would have been blurry. Nobody asked that question. Nobody asked that question. Why didn't anybody ask this question? Why don't this mainstream media cite where they did their internet research? Because I'm gonna tell you something. This information that this mainstream media got, put this nice little package together with the PowerPoint and the lower thirds and the overlays, and got this dude on here with a business suit looking like this is official. All the information they got off of YouTube channels from looking at. That's one of the reasons why this story went so viral, because the news was up here digging into it. Now, why isn't YouTube enforcing the news to cite the places where they got the research? Because the Shade Room, all they did was put up some nonsensical Instagram news. This picture right here, this meme that they made on InShot, which they ought to be ashamed of themselves for using InShot for graphic design. You know what I'm saying? You're the Shade Room. Step your game up. Stop using InShot and go ahead and spend some money and get Photoshop. You know what I'm saying? They put up this InShot elementary video that the Shade Room made, which has literally no information on it except for an allegation that a woman was hit with a brick. This says woman hospitalized after hit by a brick. It doesn't say woman hospitalized after allegedly being hit by the brick, which means that the Shade Room is posting misinformation. Did Instagram do anything about this? Nope. Nope. Why didn't they do anything about it? They didn't do anything about it because it ran a narrative on a group of people that's supposed to have a narrative ran on them as a reminder of who's running our world. And people need to start waking up and seeing that. This is a troll move. You know what I'm saying?
Black man just what?
This video with more than 1 million likes on the Shade Room's Instagram page captured the moments
More than
after
1
what
million
appeared
likes.
to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
You mean to tell me out of the 1 million people, look, they said more than 1 million likes. Now that's the IQ of the people that like that post is shameful. Out of 1 million people, nobody was able to rationally and logically deduce the actual situation that was actually occurring. Really? Where was the receipts from her x-rays? Where was the receipts from the prednisone or the Decadron that they would have gave her for this swelling? They would have had her hooked up to a damn intracranial pressure monitor to make sure that she didn't have too much intracranial pressure if this was from a contact blow. It's shameful that 1 million people looked at this and none of those 1 million people came up with any of the stuff that I was asking about in my video. How do you take basic care or first aid of your family if you don't know basic signs and symptoms of a medical issue? You know what I'm saying? Somebody make it make sense. But again, this is what I'm saying. This is the dangers of YouTubeism. This is the dangers of YouTubeism. YouTube has turned into an online cult that has control of people's brain. You know what I'm saying? What starts out sometimes as a good thing can turn into a bad thing. And what we see nowadays is YouTube melting people's brains. It's stopping people's ability to think, and it's increasing people's ability to repeat talking points. And repeated talking points are one of the reasons why we're in the post-truth society, because repeated talking points appeal to people's emotions instead of appealing to factual information. On my videos about this, despite the fact that some people were triggered, my appeals were to facts and inquiry, honest hypothesis. Most other videos that you saw about this were running a narrative about how degenerate black men are, or running a narrative about quote unquote things that black women do. And the reason why is because most people don't need to be YouTubing. Most of these YouTubers don't even have the brains to be able to put together the type of inquiries that we were asking about this situation here. So there's no way that they could produce a piece of content where legitimate questions would be asked. And if you got all of these illegitimate pieces of content out here, that's how you get a situation like this. So I encourage people, you know what I'm saying? A lesson to take away from this. For one, don't sit there and lie and say somebody hit you in the head with a brick. For two, step your game up. Step your content creation game up. Step your investigation integrity skills up. Step it all up all the way. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Ron Tolbert, the first stream sponsor with the $19.99 super chat. My man says, BLR over here dropping truth bombs. I appreciate you, bro. Please make sure that you guys throw some radiation emoji in the chat and some flames in the chat for Ron. Definitely appreciate it. And shout out to everybody that's in here. If I haven't acknowledged you guys, you know I try to acknowledge everybody as I can as I flip screens, but I'm trying to get through this one real quick because I don't have much time. But I appreciate each and every one of y'all for being in here. If you guys haven't smashed that like button yet, please take a moment. Make sure you guys smash that like button. We got 62 people watching and we got 42 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button and get us to 100, that would be great. And if everybody stuck around and went into the next stream and hit the bell icon, smash the like and share that stream, that would be wonderful.
Appeared to be a brutal attack in West Houston.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osmond.
What have I ever?
No, they didn't let a man hit you in your face because that didn't happen. But what they did let you do was scam people out of money and run a common narrative that made many groups of people feel comfortable and validated in the United States. That's what y'all let them did. That's what y'all let them did. So while she's sitting up there saying, y'all gonna let us hit, y'all gonna let them hit me in the face with a brick. Nah, what we gonna let you do is steal $40,000 and lie about your allergic condition. That's what they let you do. You know what I'm saying? So as long as we're clear on that.
The woman is 33-year-old Rhoda Osmond.
What have I ever done to anybody in my life to deserve this?
Scammed. See, you got the opposite issue of Pinocchio. When Pinocchio lies, his nose get bigger. When you lie, the side of your head starts swelling up. I guarantee you, if you went on strike from lying for a year, your head probably wouldn't swell up like that.
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
Hold up real quick. Hold up real quick. How many of y'all parents said, if you keep on making faces like that, your face gonna get stuck like that? They used to say that when you start acting up, or shout out to my fellas, you know what I'm saying? If you're a dude Your parents start roasting you because you ugly when you crying. You know what I'm saying? Don't be looking like that. How many times your parents start making fun of you when you was crying? Oh, you ugly. Stop crying. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's nowadays that be looked at as child abuse, but that was commonplace back in the day. They would say, if you keep screwing your face up, your face gonna get stuck like that. She done screwed her face up, and now her face stuck like this, looking like that episode of Martin, because you kept screwing your face up to lie, and now you got this the lie face right here. You know what I'm saying? You got a prevarication pimple, a truth tumor. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Yeah. Shout out to Caldona, a fib tumor. You know what I'm saying? Every time you lie, your head swell up. Your parents, they never tell you. If you keep on making them faces, your face gonna get stuck like that. Now your face stuck like that. You in a hospital. That hospital bed ain't gonna help you. Stop lying is what's gonna help you. Stop lying. Stop scamming. Stop making your face like that. Then you're gonna want to go and get some type of your face gonna get stuck like that. Then you're gonna scam some more people to get surgery to go get your face unstuck like that. And the surgery ain't gonna help because your face gets stuck like that from lying. So even after you get all cut up and you know what I'm saying, do all kind of stuff with the surgery, your head's still gonna swell up. You're just gonna be looking like Frankenstein with a swollen head.
To deserve this.
Seen here in tears in a hospital gown.
She told the detective that responded that she was hit in the head with a brick after she refused to give her phone number to a guy on the street.
And was that verified by any of the evidence that detectives looked at?
No, that was not verified.
Harris County prosecutor Keith Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osmond.
Hold on, man. We gotta just address this real quick. Why is my man wearing a bow tie? Who wears a bow tie nowadays? Besides the Nation of Islam. Who wears a bow tie besides the Nation of Islam? Why you got a bow tie on and you got a plaid shirt on under the business suit? Come on now. Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Frozen with the $10 super chat. Definitely appreciate it, bro. Please make sure you guys show my man Frozen some love. Throw some radiation emoji and some flames in the chat. Definitely appreciate you, bro.
Houston says surveillance videos from that early September morning show Osmond hitting a man first.
So she's the one she was the aggressor.
She was the aggressor, yes.
And it was a water bottle that hit her, not a brick?
He did have a water bottle in his hand, and we think that's what left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked...
What mark? What is Mr. Bowtie talking about? A mark? He got that damn bow tie on too tight. Cutting off, we talking about people's heads, cutting off circulation to his head. He needs some of that blood that went to her face. He needs some of that to circulate through his head. Because what mark is he talking about? What kind of mark are you talking about? Sitting up there looking like Alfred Hitchcock.
Left the mark.
According to court documents, she asked someone else to launch this GoFundMe for her recovery, raising more than $42,000.
Now, somebody needs to ask the question, why did she have somebody else launch the GoFundMe? A lot of times people will have somebody else launch the GoFundMe because you might have gotten in trouble to where you're not able to launch one yourself, young lady. You know what I'm saying? You might have gotten so much trouble with the GoFundMe that you can't launch one yourself. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to my man Edward Berry, the 4th stream sponsor. Please make sure you guys show Edward some love. Throw some radiation emoji in the chat and some flames for him. Definitely appreciate it. And also, shout out to you guys. If you all have not smashed the like button yet, if you guys haven't hit the bell, if you haven't shared the stream to your social media, please make sure you guys take a moment and do all of the above.
But as the story went viral, a blogger on TikTok called police, alerting them to this 2020 GoFundMe, which claimed a vicious assault by a security guard in Minneapolis.
And then where's the records for all of this? Remember, we kept asking about where's the police record? And she was up there in Minneapolis. Now, there's a big Somalian community in Minneapolis. Wasn't there a police officer, a Somalian police officer that got locked up on some BS? Muhammad Noor, I think his name was. But somebody should have asked around in Minneapolis, well, what's up with her? somebody else that needs to be in trouble. She had a lot of TikTok accomplices that were substantiating her lie of a story. Isn't that assisting with somebody committing fraudulent acts? All of those people that stitched her TikTok video and said that they saw this incident take place, and now there's evidence that this incident never took place. Why don't they track those people down and punish them? Y'all remember that episode of G.I. Joe with the Game Master when them clown soldiers was like, punishment, 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 punishment? Y'all remember that? Why don't they get those other TikTokers who substantiated her story like the Game Master? Why don't they do that?
Detective Thornton verified with Minneapolis police that there was no assault done at that time. It was completely fictional.
Prosecutors allege theft by deception and believe she would have received all that money had the campaign not been shut down.
The violence I have suffered since September 3rd is just unbelievable. I can't even believe I'm here. They try to leave me for dead.
What kind of violence did you suffer? I need y'all to let me know in the comment section what kind of violence she suffered. And do you know now that when, excuse me, people are making content about this, you got other content creators jumping out the window talking about she's being bullied? No, sir. No, sir. She's not being bullied. She was actually bullying black men. Let's get it right. She's not being bullied. She's bullying black men. She's creating content based on stereotypes for a paycheck. That's bullying. She's not being bullied. You know what I'm saying? She's using existing infrastructure to bully a group of people who don't have access to that same infrastructure to defend themselves. That's bullying. She's the bully. Let's not get it twisted.
Instagram story posted Wednesday, Osmond addressed those who have doubted her.
I actually have things going on in my life. I actually have real ways to make money. I don't have to get GoFundMe for money. I actually can earn income because I'm actually educated and I actually am talented.
You're a talented liar. And this was what was going on in your life. Why would you sit up here and lie and make this TikTok video then? What is this nonsense? Oh, you got caught lying red-handed. Caught. 4K. Wow. Right there. You got so much stuff to do. You got so much stuff to do that you sat down one of them days that you didn't have nothing to do and came up with this scheme. Why, if you had stuff to do, if you were so damn busy, why did you sit up there and make this video then? Because I'm gonna tell you something. If I had a situation like this, I don't care who is talking about it. I don't need to address anybody. I do not care. If I had some shit like this going on, first and foremost, I wouldn't put it on social media. But if I did happen to put it on social media and people was like, oh, he lying, he this, he that, I don't care. I don't care. I gotta deal with what I gotta deal with. I don't care. I'm not about to explain shit. I don't have to. The only person I'm explaining something to is the person that I have a subpoena that I got to go stand in front of, if that's the case that ended up happening. But that's not the case that had ended up happening yet. Now that we know that she has committed a crime, she's committed multiple crimes. Now that's the case. She's going to be explaining something to somebody as a result of a subpoena. But at the time of this, that wasn't the case. So she just sat up here and said that she doesn't do everything that we actually have her in 4K doing. You know what I'm saying? That makes you a low quality person. That makes you unethical. That makes you undeal-withable. That makes it where your parents should have a sit-down interview nationally on television and explain what could have possibly went wrong that caused you to be the adult that you've become. You know what I'm saying? If families were held accountable for raising human pieces of shit, I guarantee you there would be less human pieces of shit. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down.
And tonight, a spokesperson for GoFundMe telling KPRC2 GoFundMe has zero tolerance for the misuse of our platform. The fundraiser has been removed from the platform. All donors have been refunded. And Rhoda Osman.
Oh, she got banned. Now, I wonder if she'd been banned before because she probably used a different name. She probably used an alias or a business name. This isn't original information in a nice shrink-wrapped package from the mainstream media, man. We broke this down months ago with way more detail with this, with less resources than the mainstream media, and we smashed it and had it in a nice package ready to go. The mainstream media didn't do anything except for repeat information that they got from content creators on YouTube, and content creators on YouTube are deserved their due from the mainstream media. Shout out to Torian Rain. Torian Rain said, I wonder how far this story would go if she had said a white man did it. It would go about as far as that story of Dana White slapping the dog shit out of his wife when he was too drunk on cheap tequila. You know what I'm saying? That's about where it would go.
Has been banned from using the platform for any future fundraisers. Osman did not respond when I reached out to her on Instagram this evening. Tonight, she is wanted here in Harris County on that theft charge.
She's wanted. Shout out to her because it's a lot. Listen, man, shout out to people, man. There's a lot of women, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a lot of people that didn't like Kevin Samuels, right? But Kevin Samuels did tell some truth. And Kevin Samuels said that there's a lot of women in the world that'll never experience the satisfaction of being wanted. He said that they were leftover women. Do y'all remember when Kevin Samuels said that? If y'all remember when Kevin Samuels said that, give me a thumbs up. Well, shout out to this woman. Because now she's wanted by a whole lot of people.
Anyone with information on her whereabouts can report that to Houston police. We're live near the Galleria. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
Why did it take this long? We need to figure out the mechanisms of why it took this long. I'm really happy though, because like I said, you know, a lot of women never get the experience of being wanted, and now she is. Matter of fact, she's wanted so badly that they're actually sending law enforcement to go get her. Interesting way to achieve that, but nonetheless, she achieved it. So what I need everybody to do is give her a round of applause in the comment section for being able to get to that level of being able to experience something that in the modern world, many women don't get the opportunity to experience. You know what I'm saying?
Live on KPRC TV and the KPRC2 Plus live stream. The news starts now.
Right now, 10 competing claims about this viral video.
Y'all gonna let a man hit me in my face?
As the woman seen in it cancels her plan to turn herself in for theft charges.
Only on 2, the man accused of the violence reaches out to KPRC2 and shares his story.
I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to say nothing. But I'm going to tell you one thing. I told y'all to be wary of people that wear shoes with no socks. Didn't I tell you that? See, let me tell you something right now. If you're sitting here inside of a house, inside of your house, wearing this outfit, it's some wires that's not plugged in. You know what I'm saying? You a different type of person if you put some shit on like this. So, you know, I'm just saying.
In the aftermath of that night.
What has it been like for you having to stay silent?
It's the hardest thing to do. It's to not say anything when the whole world is saying something about you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight at 10 o'clock. I'm Daniela Guzman.
And I'm Keith Garvin. The woman who made those allegations is wanted by Houston police tonight because investigators say she made up the story to profit from a GoFundMe. KPRC2's Bart Dewberry is now live at HPD headquarters tonight with the
yo, listen, man. Shout out to Breeze Omega. I didn't know that you had a channel, bro. Yo, if y'all don't follow Breeze Omega, go check out his channel, because this is clearly a wise man. He made a video about no socks with shoes. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody that wears a sweater vest with no shirt on under it and shorts and like those boat shoes or whatever without no socks, anybody that dresses any kind of way similar to that, that is a person that will snap at a moment's notice. Stay very far away from those kind of people. You know what I'm saying? If you wear, like, if you want them people that wears, if they got ashy ankles and wear Stacey Adams with some blue jean shorts and a sweater vest, or they got something crazy on, like some Stacey Adams, ashy ankles, you know what I'm saying? Some stonewashed blue jean shorts and a business overcoat. Don't make eye contact. Don't upset that individual, and get far away as possible, because that's a person that will, them people will do anything. If you come out the house like that, you don't fear anything. They don't care about the law. Don't ever like do nothing like shadow box them, because next thing you know, them will be the people that actually start punching you while you supposed to be playing around. Them the people that just start snapping for no reason. Y'all having a normal conversation, all of a sudden you getting cussed out. It's like, what just happened? Don't mess with them type of folks, man. I'm dead serious. Look at a lot of the crimes that you see on the local news. When they show a full shot, they putting somebody in a police car with some dusty slides on or some Jesus sandals. And they got something crazy on, like an ugly sleeveless sweater. Why are you wearing an ugly sleeveless sweater? Just think about this, right? Think about how it don't make any kind of sense to even make a sweater that's supposed to keep you warm that's sleeveless. Now, the fact that that exists already don't make sense, but then you gonna go the extra step and buy it. You don't care about nothing. Most times when you talk to people that's dressed like that, once you get deep in the conversation, they be like, yeah, I did 2 bids for murder back when I was 8. You like, oh shit. I gotta first find my way out of this conversation. Next, I gotta find my way out of this room. Third, I gotta find my way out of this state. And fourth, I gotta find my way out of this country. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I ain't lying. Am I lying? Shout out to Tony. What's good with it? I'm telling y'all, man.
Exclusive interview. Bryce.
Keith and Daniela, Rhoda Osman, who's known virally as Brick Lady, was expected to surrender.
Let me listen. Shout out to my man Edward. Listen. If someone is wearing Crocs, a male, your life is in danger. AB, you crazy. Yeah. AB be wearing a sweater vest while he drinking champagne. AB be wearing a sweater vest while he got a special champagne sweater dress or sweater vest. You know what I'm saying? Look, listen. If you see somebody wearing Crocs, the farther the distance that you see it, the more time you have to turn around and get away. If you see somebody wearing Crocs, run. Get in a car. Hide behind a damn tree. Get out of there. It's imminent that something bad is about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Here at Houston Police Headquarters this afternoon, that did not happen. But tonight, the man who she accused of throwing that brick at her head when she says she wouldn't give him her phone number is telling only KPRC2 what he says happened that night.
Yo, this man just hit me in my face with a brick, and all these black men just what?
This video has been seen millions of times. The man accused of the viral brick throw reached out to me for his.
Now, I didn't know that this individual here was the individual that was accused of throwing the brick. I didn't know that. Had y'all seen the person that was accused of throwing the brick? Did y'all know that it was him? I didn't know that. I didn't know. I couldn't. I never knew who they were saying threw the brick. But regardless, right? I kept saying this is not this difficult. Like, this should be very easy to figure out. Like, we're not talking about rocket science here. We're talking about just rewinding camera footage. And then I want y'all to pay close attention. Look at how all of the content creators on YouTube were making all of these videos and all of these assertions without any kind of camera footage. What that tell you about the YouTubers? What that tell you about them? Literally everybody act like on their YouTube video, they had all the information and that they weren't working with any degrees of speculation. And these are content creators that got hundreds of thousands, even millions of subscribers, giving weak, flimsy information like that. Make it make sense?
His first interview.
This was a well thought of plan, a diabolical plan.
Olin Douglas is a father, son, and small business owner. But in September, allegations made by 33-year-old Rhoda Osman nearly put it all at risk.
It caused people who I thought really knew me to kind of betray me.
Douglas says he met her at a club near the Galleria as she wore a mask that only revealed her eyes. He invited her to an after party.
It's as if she was trying to get in some type of conflict.
But says she was aggressive and very intoxicated. They ended up in a car with friends.
Now, why are they still even dealing with her accusations of being hit with the bottle or being hit with a brick or whatever? Because what has come out is that she's scamming. So why aren't they talking about the scamming? Nobody's wanted for any type of confrontation with her. She's wanted for being a scammer. But notice how he's on trial on the mainstream media. He's on trial still dealing with stuff that we know didn't take place based on this mainstream media outlet's own report. So my question is, what good is this information? I'm not trying to hate on homeboy for his interview or anything like that, but what it has him looking like is that he's on trial. And actually, she's the one that's going to get picked up by the police and go to trial. Know what I'm saying? Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, shout out to everybody that's watching. We got 72 people watching. We got 65 likes. If everybody can bang on that like button, hit the bell, and share the stream and get us to 100, that would be great. If you've already liked the video, if you can see the emojis in the bottom right-hand corner, pick an emoji and make sure you hit it a couple times.
She physically didn't start touching me until I asked her to leave. So you got to get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back.
Didn't we ask? Now, I want to make sure that y'all heard that. I'm going to run this part back. Now, on the video that we did, didn't we ask about the surveillance video? We asked about the surveillance video. Where's the surveillance video? Because we identified the cameras in the scenery. Most of the content creators on YouTube that did videos about this, that were so ready to hop on a narrative because they emotionally connected with this woman, didn't even need video camera footage. So just imagine the kind of decisions that those kinds of individuals will make as prosecutors, as DAs. Didn't even ask for any evidence. Just went off YouTube talking points and their emotions and vitriol, agendas, vengeance. Didn't seek evidence. Here's my question. Does moving in that fashion set up a dangerous environment for the intended targets? If it does, give me a thumbs up. If it does not, give me a thumbs down. So now, if you might find yourself as one of those intended targets, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you move accordingly.
Touching me until I asked her to leave. So you got to get out.
Outside the car, Houston police say surveillance video then showed Osman slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
So he was exercising self-defense. Has anybody ever heard this story be spoken about in terms of her being the person who assaulted somebody and the person she assaulted exercising self-defense? Has anybody spoken about this situation in terms of those truths? If you haven't heard that, I implore you, question yourself, why haven't you heard that? How invested are these content creators in actual truth delivery? And what is it that they're actually invested in? That's the question.
Slapping him in the face before he hit her back with what appears to be a plastic water bottle in hand.
You should never hit a woman in general, but I didn't want to hit her, actually. It was like she hit me and I just reacted.
According to court documents, the footage didn't match what—
Bro, you defended yourself. You don't initiate hitting a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't just punch a woman. But if you're entitled to defend yourself and your well-being from anyone that attacks you. You're entitled to defend yourself. So you don't need to come on here talking about, I didn't mean to hit her, I didn't mean to do none of this. At the point when she assaulted you, she opened up a can of worms to get whatever came. You know what I'm saying?
Footage didn't match what Osman told police, that a male Uber driver threw a brick at her and tried to kidnap her, that she did her own investigation and was told that Douglas was the one who assaulted her. She's now charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried—
She's now charged with theft, yo. She's a criminal. This is one of the reasons why I tell people to embrace villainy. Because in the world that we live in, the criminals are the heroes. How many people saw this person as a beacon of strength? How many people saw this individual as something to rally around? In a world where people who harm you are the heroes, to survive, you have no choice but to embrace villainy. This is a hero. This woman here is a hero to a lot of people, and she still is, because they're too prideful. They won't let it go. They won't let it go. They can't. No one ever taught them about honesty or humility. And that honesty and humility that they lack could possibly lead to you getting a jail sentence, could lead to you being in a casket. In a world where this is heroics, when these heroics are aimed at you, your lifestyle, if you want to continue your life, needs to be embracing villainy.
charged with theft because prosecutors say she made it up and tried to profit from this GoFundMe that raised more than $42,000.
It's been a divide between, black men, black women, and it's been,
This shit right here don't have this don't have nothing to do with none of that. So I don't understand why he's even on the screen talking about this. As far as this got something to do with black men and black women. The YouTube content creators who perpetuated this story and signal boosted the narratives and utilized this for content to subsidize their lack of content creation are the ones who make it about quote unquote black men, quote unquote black women. These two individuals weren't in a relationship. He was an Uber driver. They're not in a relationship. She's not his ex-wife. She's not his baby mom. They weren't dating. This isn't that issue. Him being red pill or her being empowered don't have anything to do with their conflict. And again, you know, when you talk about Latinos, the Mexican people in Chicago get really upset when you call those undocumented bros Latino. Because a lot of the people that are Latino in Chicago are Mexican, and a lot of those undocumented bros are Venezuelan. They're able to point that out because they're delineated. Nobody's sitting there saying, hey, in Chicago, they're being divisive with the Latino people. The Mexican people in Brighton Park are pointing out the Venezuelans that are coming across the border. Literally, nobody's saying that. But now, if you say, yo, this took place in a subsector, you know what I'm saying, a sub-community, somehow, despite the fact that that's an actual fact, somehow that's divisive. Why is it that people want to unify on negative shit, but then when people try to, you know, isolate negative shit, it's somehow divisive? Do that make any sense? Again, these are YouTube content creators that push these talking points. These YouTube content creators that set up fake beefs, set up fake debates, set up viral content. Meanwhile, counting AdSense dollars behind the scenes. Ain't none of this shit real, bro. You know what I'm saying? None of this shit real. That's why I don't mess with hardly any of them. I don't mess with the WWE shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black.
Why they do the close up on his hands like that? So it's interesting how they did the dog whistle with the camera angle. Did y'all peep game on that? If y'all peeped that, give me a thumbs up. If y'all didn't peep that, give me a thumbs down.
It's really evil what she did.
If police didn't have this surveillance video, this evidence that basically clears you, what kind of situation do you think you would be in?
He thinks that he would be in a situation where it doesn't matter what he says because society has deemed that what black men say is not important, is not valid, and there's no need to fact find based on anything that a black man says, even if you have the highest IQ in the room. And literally every non-black man in the world has contributed to that. And that's what he's saying. That's why they showed his hands like that. Well, where's your accountability, black man? If it wasn't for that camera, based on you being a black man, what do you think would happen? Well, nobody, you know what I'm saying? The world has deemed us as less than human. And because we haven't come back and dominated the world and gave them what they gave us, they get to railroad me. My question is, how does it feel sitting on the couch saying that to somebody? You would think that that would be enough motivation to do what's necessary for survival, which is to control every element of your environment. But I just don't think that has clicked yet. But maybe it'll click in one of our grandchildren. You know what I'm saying?
I would be that guy that hit a girl with a brick. I'm black. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested in 30 seconds from this going out.
Douglas said.
Notice how the white man, when he said that, He just sat there and he said, I know. That's the benefits of the society that my ancestors built for me. You're going to get arrested for something like that. I know. And that's why we worship Robert E. Lee. That's why we say slavery wasn't racist. That's why we say colonization was a necessary evil. I know. And thank you for being alive, because without you, there would be no me. Yep. Food for thought.
Says he's received death threats from complete strangers.
She's just manipulating people using their pain. And that should be the true crime here.
He hopes people online will.
She's not just manipulating her pain. She's utilizing YouTube talking points that have facilitated people to believe this nonsense. And if you ask me, all of the people that have created YouTube content that facilitate this kind of behavior and created the laxed investigative environment should all be culpable for this crime along with her. They all need to be stated on a subpoena and called into court with their YouTube documents, with their YouTube content creation library, brought into court with them. The same way they bring in Young Thug in for the RICO statute for his ongoing enterprise, YouTube content creators have created an ongoing enterprise of scamming for her. So all YouTube content creators who have pushed the narrative that she used while she was screaming like a banshee in that phone, they need to be pulled up as accomplice to an ongoing criminal scamming enterprise, a RICO statute trial. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If y'all disagree, give me a thumbs down.
Be more conscious.
The internet is the internet. It's not real life all the time.
And I agree. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. The internet is just the internet. It's not real life. And since it's not real life, like I keep trying to tell people, YouTube talking points will get you messed up out here. YouTube content creators got Brickgate putting up bricks.
And I spoke with Houston police this evening. They tell me that the Major Offenders Division investigated this alleged assault, but the evidence in the case led them to this theft charge.
Listen, man, let me tell you something about Brickgate. She went from swelling, lying, saying that she had a busted melon, to a wanted felon. That's a hell of a transformation. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a transformation. Viral brick lady accused of fabricating attacks claims for GoFundMe. Now, do you guys, I don't expect any apology from any of the uncivilized buffoons on YouTube or anywhere, IG, because most people don't have enough sense. Most people don't have enough wherewithal. Most people have never had any ego training to be able to still maintain their self-esteem and realize that they're wrong. So I don't expect any type of normal civility from any of the buffoons and ruffians who created content related to this as far as disparaging black men, right? However, I'm curious as to, has anybody who was wrong in their assessments of this situation provided any updates or any corrections to things that they may have gotten wrong on their content? I highly, highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. And it doesn't matter. It's not like, you know, it's not like I care. It's just for purposes of integrity. And what that shows is that most of these people don't have integrity. Now, you ask the question, why do they have so many subscribers? What that shows is that the YouTube algorithm recommends idiots to be listened to. And the YouTube algorithm does not recommend people who do their due diligence, because doing due diligence is not something that picks up traction in the search algorithm. So who's the issue? Is it YouTube or is it the people that are doing the searching? The fact that people don't want to look at actual investigation in regards to many of this situation, it validates the fact that people are more invested in emotional comfort than uncovering the truth. If you guys agree, give me a thumbs up. If you guys disagree, give me a thumbs down. Viral brick lady accused of fabricating attack claims for GoFundMe scam. She is a scammer. How many never mind. I ain't gonna go there. A woman who went viral as the brick lady after claiming she was attacked by a brick welding man outside a Houston club is now facing felony charges for allegedly concocting the entire incident out of whole cloth and fraudulently raising more than $40,000 in the aftermath. How many people remember when we talked about this? Isn't that literally what I said? And I said this, and then I laid out my reasoning for why I thought that was the case. But because I'm a black man, just like old boy who got accused, only people that have listened to my content long term care about what I have to say, which is cool. Because most times when I say something, it's right. And when I'm wrong, because I am wrong, because I'm only human, I admit it. Hey, I was wrong about that. Guess what? It doesn't hurt. Guess what? I'm still alive. YouTube algorithm recommends low integrity content to people searching for content. And the reason why is because low integrity content is some of the most entertaining content. And sadly, many people are only looking to be entertained. If you're a true content creator, you can entertain and you can enlighten. You can entertain and you can tell jokes. But the problem is that most YouTubers are not true content creators. Most YouTubers are paid agents who are reading a script or no talent hacks that the AI just likes how they look and it just recommends their content. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Hula Gang. Hula Gang says, because you're a humble dude. Now, I'm gonna be 100% honest about me. There's some things that I'm extremely cocky about, the Hula Gang, but I try not to, like, make it overbearing. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I am a pretty humble dude. And the reason why I'm a humble dude is because I know that I am flawed. I am flawed. I am an imperfect individual. If I sat here and told you that I'm the perfect person, if I sat here and told you that I'm the perfect black person, if I sat here and told you that I did everything right, I would not be telling you the truth. I don't believe that people should be afraid of the truth. I believe that people should use the truth as a tool to improve their circumstance. And that's one of the reasons why I try to not make people feel a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Because of any type of thing with me or any type of thing with them. Nah, it's not about that. Because whatever situation that you might be experiencing, I've probably experienced it before. Or in something that I might have going on that that I have going on, you might have experienced it before. And none of us are perfect. I'm not about to sit up here like these other YouTubers and try to act like I'm perfect. Oh, I'm better than I'm not about to sit up here and do, because I'm not, man. When you see, I'm a normal person. I'm not nobody's leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm not nobody's representative. I'm not nobody's spokesperson. When you come to Black Light Revelation stream, You come into the stream to chop it up. We exchanging ideas. We kicking it. We having a good time, but we having a good time talking about stuff. I try to be as authentic as I can. Even when it don't sound the best. Even when it's something that people may not agree with. I try to be as authentic as I can. And I also try to respect the differences that other people have. Because everybody don't agree with me. Everybody that listens to my content don't agree with everything that I say. But I try to be respectful and open-minded. Because nobody's going to agree on everything. And if we did all agree on everything, the world would be a very boring place. You know what I'm saying? So this lady's name is Rhoda Osmond. She's 33 years old, which is interesting because shout out to Shamika Gray. It's one of them numbers. You know what I'm saying? Is facing one count of theft by deception, according to a criminal complaint filed in Harris County District Court. All right, so this is interesting. Let's take a look at this real quick. Look at this. Here go the thing right here. Hold up real quick. Let me see. See something real quick. Okay. Okay, yeah. Here we go. Look at this, man. Hold on real quick. Y'all about to see this right here. And I don't know why they took this out. They redacted some stuff on here. Shout out to my man Jay, the informant. What's good with it, bro? Look at this. The state of Texas versus Rhoda Osmond. Felony charge, theft. Look at this. Before me, the undersigned assistant district attorney of Harris County, Texas, this day appeared the undersigned affiant, who under oath says that he has good reason to believe and does believe that in Harris County, Texas, Rhoda Osmond, hereafter styled the defendant, heretofore on or about September 3rd of 2023, continuing through November 20th of 2023, did then and there unlawfully appropriate by acquiring and exercising control over property, namely cash money, owned by GoFundMe website, hereinafter called the complaint, of the value of at least $30,000 and less than $150,000 with the intent to deprive the complainant of property. There's probable cause right there. You know what I'm saying? This basically is a summary of the incident. But you still have people who deny this. I mean, here go the facts right here. You know what I'm saying? Here go the facts right here. But it's still people online denying this. Still people see this woman as a hero. They see her as a hero like Captain Planet. You know what I'm saying? Rhoda Osmond, she's your hero. They took her GoFundMe down to 0. Now she's wanted. Captain Scammer. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. That's what we're going to start calling Miss Osmond, Captain Scammer. You know what I'm saying? She bad for the environment. She's facing one count of theft by deception. So she's also a Decepticon. She all kind of cartoons. She's Captain Scammer. She a damn Decepticon. You know what I'm saying? She's a brickacon. Look at this. Look at this. Rhoda Osmond, 33, is facing 1 count of theft by deception, according to criminal complaint filed in Harris County District Court, an offense carrying up to 10 years in prison. A police detective affidavit with the complaint says that Osmond raised money off another phony assault claim in 2020 with the same narrative of a black man hitting her, which investigators also say never happened, which also have been perpetuated, and the mainstream media for centuries helped her to be able to be emboldened to make that claim, which the mainstream media happened to leave out when talking about this. On Thursday, Osmond, a first-generation Somali American doctoral student, so she's a PhD, at the University of Texas, insisted that it was all true and claimed Houston police are simply retaliating against her for demanding the arrest of her supposed attacker. Really? This lady is telling such misconstrued lies that you damn near got me where I have to say something in defense of the police. Don't ever have me in no situation where I have to say something in defense of the damn police. When our lies combine, I am Captain Scammer. Oh, man. That's crazy. This woman is a first-generation Somali American doctoral student. I wonder how much student loans and Pell Grants and stuff like that she scammed from the college that she had, because if she's scamming from GoFundMe, more than likely she probably scamming from other places. Usually when people do stuff like this, it's a pattern behavior, man. It's a pattern behavior. Usually when people do stuff like this, it's a behavior pattern. You know what I'm saying? She's a scammer. They're trying to act like there's a quota on how many times you can be assaulted. And agitated Osmond told the Daily Beast. Who acted like that? It's like you can only be assaulted once every 5 years. How about, can you be assaulted once? Because you haven't been. You know what I'm saying? There's no rate on your assaults because you haven't been assaulted at all. Like, you're 0 for 2 with assaults. I don't wish an assault on you, but next time you say that you get assaulted, can you actually be assaulted? Can we try that as a new standard of truth for you? It's like you can only be assaulted once every 5 years. I was assaulted in 2020, and there's proof of that. They're saying, oh, she got attacked in 2020. Now she says she got attacked again, so she must be lying. That's not what anybody said. Police say Osmond's story doesn't add up and is contradicted by evidence, including the security video. Right, because somebody was smart enough to hack the security camera and put in some deep fake AI, and that's really what happened. Sure. I'm saying? Sure. She came with the ugly cry. Motherfucker just hit me all in my face. Ah, you need the Captain Scammer remix, Flat. These motherfuckers that hit me all in my face. Ain't nobody hit you in your damn face. Yeah, it sounded like a chainsaw. Sounded like a damn roller coaster going up the hill. How many people ever been to Cedar Point? She sounded like the damn Magnum trying to get up the first dip. Shut Shut your scamming lying ass up. You already got enough facial problem. Why you screwing your face all up to sound like a damn goose getting choked? God. Y'all ever heard a goose? Them birds that sound like that? What does she sound like? Sound like a damn goose in a car horn had a child and is crying because it won a bottle. Shut your ass up. I hope you played a lot of hide and go seek in your childhood because you gonna need it. Sound like a bunch of animals fighting behind a damn dumpster. Shut your ass up, because that's exactly where you was at when all that ratchet shit happened, behind a damn dumpster. Shit. So now she said to that, Osmond said a victim who gets hit over the head shouldn't have to remember all the details. The way you talking about you got hit over the head with that big ass lump on the side of your face, I'm surprised you remember anything. You do have to remember the details. And if you're not able to remember the details, guess what does remember the details? The camera. And what's interesting about this situation is that the camera's memory, which is on a SD card and probably backed up to the cloud, is a lot different than your testimony, ma'am. Like, make it make sense. You're a grown-ass woman that's supposed to be getting a PhD, an educational leader. Leading the way to the next scam. We could do without that. You know what I'm saying? We could definitely do without that. She said, nobody seems to have any empathy for me. She said, I was assaulted. I was treated for a concussion. I am suffering panic attacks. All that should matter is that a man assaulted me with a deadly weapon. What should matter is the truth. That's what should matter. If what you're saying was the truth, then that would matter. But the problem is that what you're saying is not substantiated by any of the available evidence that people just decided to sit on for months. You know what I'm saying? Investigators, however, tell a different story, and I'm sure it's because they're misogynistic. On the night of September 3rd, Houston police responded to a report of an aggravated assault in the city's Larchmont section, according to the affidavit. When officers arrived, they found Osmond intoxicated, hostile, and irate. So they found Osmond in a modern state. I bet you that dispatch call was crazy. Yeah, officers, we have a modern woman in progress in the Larchmont section, Larchmont region. Roger, over and out. Seriously? We have acts of modernism going on. Intoxicated, them sat up there and got drunk. Hostile, you fighting everybody, and you irate. Osmond was with a friend, told the cops that she had been walking down the street when a quote-unquote unknown male threw a brick at her when she would not give him her phone number. The affidavit goes on. Like, how do you just, like, think about how damn delusional and crazy you got to be to just make some shit up like that. And try to act like you believe it with conviction. She believed this shit with conviction. I fucking understand this motherfucker threw a brick at me because I wouldn't give him my number. He threw something at you because you attacked him. She graduated from Family to Money Gone, which makes sense because that's where her GoFundMe is at. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to Jay the Informant. Jay the Informant said, I verified her PhD. She graduated last year from Family to Money Gone. Makes sense because GoFundMe gone. Talked to the administrator Umar yesterday. Did Umar tell you, brother, why are you not protecting her? Brother, why are you not simping? I said, brother, why are you not simping? Even though you didn't simp, Jay, we still brothers. It is your duty to be an eternal simp. I say it is your duty to be an eternal simp. You are supposed to attach the puppet strings by the hooks to yourself and allow a woman to dictate your every move. What is wrong with you, brother? That is not the YouTubian way. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. 40 lashes for Jay the Informant for not being a YouTubian king. 40 lashes for Jay the Informant for not being a YouTubian king. I said 40 lashes for Jay the Informant for not being a YouTubian king. Man, shut your simp ass up. She got a damn PhD just like you. She trying to get a PhD. She trying to be a doctor just like you. You know what I'm saying? I go to Dr. Dre for advice before I go to one of these doctors. I go to Dr. Seuss before I go to one of these doctors. My YouTubian brother, my fellow YouTubians. Know what I'm saying? My fellow YouTubians. Well, guess what? YouTubian talking points are the reason why we're here. Yeah, Dr. Dre. That's what happened when she got hit upside the head with that brick. Dr. Dre inspected her. He said, here, you having pain. Smoke this chronic. Now we're going to assess your hearing. Ring, ding, dong. Ding, 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 ding. The hair's ringing. Hey, you sitting over there. You lying, and that's not fair. You didn't get hit with no brick. Why you talking shit? I said 1, 2. Your story not true. You lied about that brick, but someone should have got you with a shoe. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? She said, help me hold HPD accountable and Crest change. Crest change? What the hell is Crest change?
I'm asking for support because I cannot do this by myself. I'm a full-time mother, I'm a full-time student, and I'm a full-time employee. And I have done everything I can to reach out to get an investigator, get all the information. I've pretty much done everything for them, including giving them a confession video of this man saying,
hey, now, do you remember back then? Now she keeps saying she was calling the police. I bet you she ain't calling. I bet you she ain't calling the police now. She called the police right now. They'll triangulate that phone and show up right where she at. Oh, man.
That he assaulted me and that he does not care. They've had that video since the week before Thanksgiving, and they have not done anything about it. They have not moved forward in the case, and they won't respond to me. I have left over 20 voicemails, over 20 emails, and guess what?
Well, now, yeah, they won't respond to you. You didn't want to be responded to. You said somebody threw a brick at you because they were trying to get your number. So imagine how the police feel with you calling them about bullshit. That's how they say it in the South. Get the hell on. Get the hell on. That's what they say in the South. That's what somebody should have told her ass. That she was in the South. I bet you somebody did tell her that in her day. Get the hell on. Oh man, get the hell on. You know what I'm saying? So man, they on this Daily Beast article here, they just go more into this. You know what I'm saying? They go the long way, basically talking about what those local news articles from the Houston local channel was talking about. What I basically wanted to show you guys from here was the actual affidavit, because there's still going to be a bunch of people that sit up there and say, it ain't real. It's just a dumb black man on YouTube talking stupid. You know what I'm saying? It's not just a dumb black man on YouTube talking stupid. There's a whole ass affidavit out here showing that this individual is a scammer. And also, nobody got any medical experts to ask, why did her head swell up like a damn birthday balloon? Because that's not normal. So somebody need to address that. They should have had some type of medical expert come on some of these broadcasts and say, have you ever seen somebody's head swell up like somebody plugged some helium into their ear? You know what I'm saying? And more than likely, the medical expert would have said, no, I ain't never seen no shit like that in all my years of practice, which then should have led people to ask about the legitimacy of this situation. And once they started examining the legitimacy of this situation, they would have seen that there is no legitimacy of this situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate each and every one of you all for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I want to shout out the stream sponsors real quick, because shout out to the stream sponsors and shout out to the green team. It's y'all that make this possible. Shout out to my man AB Promotions with the $1.99 super chat. Please make sure you guys show him some end of stream love. Shout out to Ron Tolbert with the $19.99 super chat. Please make sure you guys show him some love. Shout out to my man Frozen with the $10 super chat. Y'all already know what to do. And shout out to my man Edward Berry with the $9.99 super chat. Definitely appreciate it. Don't move a muscle. Stay in the stream. It'll take you right into the next stream that's scheduled tomorrow morning at 9:55 on Magatron. And I will see you then. Make sure if you're watching on the replay, you leave a comment. Hashtag replay gang. And as always, ladies and gentlemen,
walk up in the life. Yeah, I'm really talking my shit like I'm really him. Hold up. Look, walking this life. Hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like, hey. I'm really him. Don't believe me? Come and see me. Got 3 wishes from my genie. Now I'm on your local TV. Y'all on tour. Got demons. Say she wanna come and see me when I'm in a local city. I'm like, pause though. Please step aside so they can see me. And I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. I'm the realest from my city. That's on my knee, that's on Kiwi, that's on mamas. Niggas don't believe me, come and see me. I been dodging all that fake. All these niggas working broke, but I been getting paid. All that know me from the street. Flexing for what feature, that's like every other week. Talk behind my back, I kick my feet up, have a seat. Cause at the end of the day, all these watching me as I walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him. On God. Walk up in this light. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like I'm really him, hold up. Look, walking this bitch like, hey. Yeah, I'm really him. Talking my shit like